Hey all, Johnny Mullet here with another update on the bus build. We are cruising along here. We got the bus looking good. The paint job, the re-roll, it looks really good. Just like I did it, last year. But I was actually able to get the black paint out and do a little touch-up. So let's go check it out. So down here you got the frame around the fuel tank, so I got that all painted up. It looks good, looking good. No more rusty metal. And then the grill, no more yellow paint showing through. So this is oil-based paint and it was brushed on. As you can see, the texture, it's not smooth. It's got, it looks like a brush job, but hey, who cares? All I can say is from 15 feet, Thunder's looking good, looking real good. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, back here in the shower, I have a 12,000 BTU air conditioner. This is a portable air conditioner that you set in the living room and you run a tube or hose, as you can see right there. You run that outside a window to vent it. So this is basically a 12,000 BTU air conditioner. I haven't got a chance to try it out yet, but tell you what, I got it at a good price, $100. It was a pretty cool story. I just wanted to tell you guys that we went to see a friend of ours, and she had a date come over that she met online, and she's like, hey, I'm kind of glad you guys are here. I don't know this guy, blah, blah, blah. And he's seen the bus, and he's hanging out in the bus and loving it. And I was telling him, yeah, we're thinking about an air conditioner. And he's like, that's funny you ask. I got a portable air conditioner for sale. He was wanting $150 for it. And I said, well, I don't know, does it work? He said, yeah, it works good. I just, the apartment I got into has air conditioning, so I don't need it. So I offered $100 and I got it. All right, the whole reason I wanted to do this video is retirement plans. And so guess what? It's story time. I'm going to adjust the camera here, make sure we're good. And we're going to have a little bit of story time. I hope there's no opponents to story time, because this is kind of important story time. It's retirement plans, and we actually have a retirement plan in effect. The first part of the retirement plan was the Skoolie. Building this was the first step of our retirement. Now, my wife is 59, I'm 48. The wife can retire in 6 years. So we sort of talked it over and discussed everything, and we decided, you know what? We've been renting this house for the last, 25 something years, 26 years. And anything can happen. We don't know. Anything can happen. So let's hang out here as long as we can until your retirement. And whenever you retire, I can retire. So basically, I took care of her for the last, 27, 8, 9 years, 30, whatever it is by the time she retires. She can take care of me for the rest. So whatever her monthly income is will be our fuel, our food, and that'll be our retirement plan. We're going to hit the road. I'm not going to wait until I'm 65, because a lot of people I know who have worked all their lives and worked hard just to get to the golden years, just to get to retirement, they never made it. My boss, he's going through lung cancer, and he never smoked. And he's 61. It's like, he's right there. And then a good friend of mine, his name's Richard, he actually comments on my videos, and he's a subscriber. And not only a subscriber, he is part of my Geo Metro forum community. And he's been around longer than I have. I mean, I got into the Geo Metro thing back in '08. I opened a website, it got really popular. But he was there way back. Back when, the Chevy Sprint and Sprint Turbo, Suzuki Swift. He was back in the first generation of this stuff. And he has built some pretty awesome cars. His name's Richard. And he made a post on the website that he's selling his car out of the blue. And as we got to reading the posts, it turns out he has terminal brain cancer. What the hell? Seriously? He's 64 and a half. He's going to retire in 6 months. He's saying, all I want to do is, live on until I can sign those papers to make sure my family's taken care of. And he sold his cars. He had a turbocharged 3-cylinder Geo Metro convertible. He had a 16-valve dual overhead cam Suzuki Swift powered convertible. I mean, this guy, there's car guys, and every car guy has got their niche. And this guy was into Suzuki Swift, Geo Metro, Chevy Sprint. He was into the small displacement, high revving engines. And this guy, I looked up to him. I consider him a good friend. And once he made that post on the website about his health conditions, I kind of pulled every string possible. And I contacted forum members who were in contact with him so I can get his phone number, find out what hospital he's in, and, give me a room number. Out of all the stuff, out of all the conversations you had with me, and I gave you technical advice, can you please do me one thing and get me a hospital and room number? And GeoStalker, one of my forum members, he came through. So I found out he was at the James Cancer Center in Columbus, Ohio. And I told the old lady, I said, look, we got to go to Columbus and see Richard. And he's like, what's going on with Richard? I said, I think he's dying. And I showed her, the thread and what's going on. And she couldn't believe it. She's like, no. I'm like, yeah, we got to go. So this past Sunday, there's a lot of stuff I could have did it here at home, but we drove all the way to Columbus, a 3-hour drive, and I made Richard's day. He was so happy to see me and see my wife. He was tickled. And he's telling me how serious his condition is, and telling me that, it's terminal. It doesn't matter. I want to make it until I can, sign my retirement off, make sure my family's good to go, and it sucks, So I really thought hard about this because, my boss, my friends, they're trying to work all their lives to make it to their golden years, and they're fucking done. I'm sorry about the F-bomb, but seriously? I'm sorry. I didn't want to do that, but it's bullshit. Alright, I'm 49. I shouldn't even be thinking about retirement. I shouldn't even be thinking about those years, but you know what? It's hitting me home, and it's time. Hey, granted, I work a good job as a diesel mechanic. I make a pretty decent, comfortable wage to live a comfortable life. I'm not rich by any chance. We've been renting a fucking shithole out here in the country. But, it's time to think about our future. And I don't want to work until I can't work no more and move no more. And if you guys watched the Steampunk Steve video on the Skoolie tours when he toured my bus, at the very end of that video, I mentioned, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. I should do it now. And you know what? I should. So, we discussed it after seeing my friend Richard, and I have a 6-year plan in effect. So, my wife can retire in 6 years. And I talked about it with her and I said, look, I took care of you all these years. When you can retire, I should retire. I'm going to quit turning wrenches. I'm not going to be a diesel mechanic. Whatever you're going to bring home monthly for your retirement is enough for fuel and food. And that's pretty much all we need right here in the Skoolie. Electricity's free. Water is pretty much free. And what more do you need besides fuel and food and maybe a little beer now and then? You know? This one's for you, bud. Richard. It's just, it hit me home. It hit me right here. I shouldn't wait. So the 6-year plan is in effect. And I hope it works out. I really do. I hope that in 6 years we can hit the road. And she enjoyed the cross-country trip. She got to see family members out in the West Coast. Had a good time. And I told her we can do that all the time. We can go wherever you want. During the winter months, we can go see your family in California. We can go to Arizona. When it gets warm in the summertime, we can come up here and see our friends and see my family. It's a big cycle. So I don't know. It's got to happen. And, and we're talking about the shit we accumulated. When it comes down to it, I got a garage full of shit. She's got a house full of shit. Furniture ain't worth a shit. Grandfather clock, it might be worth a shit, but where we're going to put that, right? Bed, we already got a bed. Shower, that's not ours. Washer and dryer, hey, that's a big investment, but fuck it. Let's get rid of it. Sell it all and let's do it. And you know what? If anything even ever happened between me and her, I would still continue to work, bank my money, and make it happen. Because you really got to think, don't work until the last minute. Work, you got to think, if you're going to work until you're 65, you're working most of your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. I want to do it now. I seriously think we could do it now. Think about it. No rent, all right? No electric bill. I don't have to mow the grass. I don't have to screw around with this and that. I don't have, any kind of bills to worry about. Okay, so granted, I'm a diesel mechanic. I'm making pretty good living. That's my weekly paycheck, hey, that's a pretty good chunk, but I could do mechanical work on the side. There's always options, There's always a way to do it, and there's always a way to make it. I'm just saying, don't wait, guys, because you know what? Our days are numbered, and they're numbered hard. So, see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Richard, I love you, man.